What's up guys, Jetzu here, and today I wanted to go ahead and show some spotlight on a thread from a forum. This is from Total War forums, and I thought it was pretty interesting, so I wanted to go ahead and give full props to Sabor, is the one that came up with this thread. It has a poll also. I'm going to leave a link to this in the description below so you guys can go ahead and check it out yourselves. But for the most part, it's pretty self-explanatory. Hopes for Game 2, which he's talking about, is the Total War Warhammer sequel. And then he's got a whole paragraph. I'm going to go ahead and read it here for you. Hello everyone, I hope the new year is treating you well. I have been a long time observer of pros and cons of Total War Warhammer. Also, I absolutely adore this game. It is not exactly perfect, but does things exceedingly well. That being said, there is always room for improvement and what can be done about the next game. This is just a simple thread to voice feedback and what you're hoping for in future installments of the game. Please keep discussion civil. So my hope is that by making a poll and starting a thread, workers at CA might be able to gather at least a small portion of what the community would like for the next two installments. Keep in mind, I am well aware that development has been underway for a while, but if there is something the community wants bad enough, CA will listen. They have been much better this last year about listening to outcries of the community. Without further ado, the poll. Slightly simple, and I would have loved to hear your feedback. If you do not like any of the choices, please let me know in the comments. So he does have a poll. I'm going to go ahead and go to it right now. Now, when it comes to some of these, they're a little too general in my opinion, but there are some good ones in the actual thread itself, some good suggestions, and I have some of my own, but I'm going to go ahead and read the ones and kind of mark the one that I want here. It says, I want to be a salty sea dog. They want naval battles. You call that a Karak. Siege mechanics reworked. Your doom is coming, man. Things extensive under Empire map, Skaven, dwarf, orcs, and goblins. Just give me more factions, and I will be happy. Differentiate between single and multiplayer stats. I want all of them. These are good answers, but it does not address mine. Explained in the forum. I want naval battles out of this list. Karaks, I feel like they could rework the actual way the Karak looked, because it looks just like a castle, like a normal human castle underground. But we're working all siege mechanics. I don't think that's something that they're gonna do. I don't think that's something that I feel like they should focus their thoughts on, seeing as how they already went the full distance pushing the siege mechanics that we already have. The only thing that I do want them to kind of like I guess touch on a little bit is reducing the amount of damage the towers do. They do a significant amount of damage to the point where by the time you get to the wall, it's just you don't have much of an army left. So if they could just rework that a little bit, make it a little bit less accurate or something, but still as potent, that would be perfect for me. This one is very, very interesting and actually might deserve a video on its own. Extensive under Empire map. I do feel like the underways and all these different ways of going underground, the castles and the Karaks and everything that the dwarves and the orcs and goblins can take. Well, actually humans can take it too at this point, but I feel like there should be much more of a layered battleground. Like almost like a map underneath the campaign map for the Under Empire, especially when the Skaven come. I think that's something that we should focus on, but I'll go more into detail in another video because this one's very, very interesting. Just give me more factions and I will be happy. That's just a no-brainer. More than likely, the next Total War game will have more factions. I, for one, would like to see like the Dark Elves, High Elves, Lizard Men, maybe some of the Arabe factions, just an extension of the campaign map. Differentiate between single and multiplayer stats, units, abilities. I have no idea what this means. I'm assuming that it means adding more to the multiplayer, but I don't think that's what he's saying, so I'm going to go ahead and just say I don't know what that means. I want it all. These are good answers, but there's another one. So this is where I am going to jump in. There are a couple of different things that I would like. For one thing, I would like pirates to make a return. So I would like some pirates to make a return in this series. We haven't really had pirates for. I don't think we had them in Rome or Attila, but you know, I want them back from. I think last time we had them was from Shogun 2, so I want them back. I know the Dark Elves had pirates, so you know, other factions probably would as well. So I think a pirate faction would be very, very interesting. And what else do I want? Let's see here. Oh yes, I would like them to add not too much, but just some matched animation combat, just a little bit. Don't add too much. Right now you can keep the whole hacking and slashing thing. That's fine. I'm saying, like, for some of the elite units, I feel like if they met up against some of the other elite units, you should be able to see like little tiny things, like them fighting each other, struggling like with the swords or something like that. And then like I believe if you guys don't remember, I'm almost 100% positive that Creative Assembly, before the game came out, said something about you would be able to see human soldiers jumping on top of the backs of greenskins and stabbing them repeatedly, stuff like that. Like, not too much of that, but they did say, I'm almost 100% positive they mentioned that. So I could be wrong, but I would like just a little bit more match combats with some of the elite units. I feel like that would be pretty cool. That would make it very, very dynamic. Also, slowing down the combat a little bit would also help a lot. More diplomatic options and a greater sense of government, I feel, should be something that they should tweak a little bit. I feel like the government system right now is just so bare bones when it comes to most of the factions, and the diplomatic system, the diplomatic options have been the same since freaking Rome 2. I think that we need to add more diplomatic options to the actual map as well. And lastly, 100% complete reworking of the multiplayer system in Total Warhammer. The multiplayer system should be, especially for this game, should be dynamic. It should be Shogun 2-esque. It doesn't have to be exactly like that, but you should be able to rename some of your units, have your own general that you want to go ahead and change, be able to change whatever the general looks like, rename, well, maybe that doesn't really matter, but like, I don't know, just color your units differently. You should be able to unlock certain units. You should be able to, rank up certain units with each battle that they have to make them even more OP. I just feel like it would be so, but then their cost goes a little bit up. I feel like it's just so bare bones. It's just, it's disgraceful in my opinion. Like, I've played the multiplayer system here, and the real reason, I actually started playing multiplayer the past 2 weeks, trying to get into games. And the real reason, I just realized that I was never too into it in the past. I don't know if they can fix this or not, but it's just that a lot of the multiplayer battles are 3 or 4 players, each, two versus 2, things of that nature, 3 versus 3, and I like those. Those are a lot more fun, I think. It's a lot easier to play when you have someone backing you up. But there's always that one person, almost, I would say 80% of the battles, that their computer either fucking sucks, their internet connection fucking sucks, and then you spent like what would have been a 10-minute battle into a 30-minute battle because how long it's gonna go because of how much lag there is. And that's the reason that like I get a real turn off from multiplayer battles. But maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm picking like the wrong rooms or something like that. Maybe I should pick from, there's some way to figure it out. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know if they can fix that, or they can tweak it, or they can make it so you have to have a certain amount of internet connection to be able to get in there, or could they make it so if my computer is good and their computer is bad, it only affects their computer. If their computer is bad, it doesn't affect everybody. I don't know. That's just a little rant on multiplayer, but yes, they need to add better multiplayer options in my opinion. And that's about it. That's all I really can think of off the top of my head. But I would like to hear what you guys have to say. What are some things you guys really want to see in Game 2, which more than likely we'll hear something about. If it's not coming out this year, we'll hear something about it this year. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you're one of those guys, which I've seen a couple of my last videos, oh, why are you focusing on Total War games that aren't even out, or that are coming or whatever? Well, I got something to say to you, man. I'm doing discussion videos, and these are discussion videos, so I'm just talking about what the future might be like and having a good time doing it. So anyway, yes, and let's see if we get over 50 likes for this video. I would really appreciate, guys. It really helps out my channel a lot. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, if you like what you see, and become a subscriber today. This is going to be Jetzu signing off.